What's up guys, welcome to ABAUTO. Now today we're going to be taking on one of my most requested videos. I'm going to be giving you guys my full hands-on owner's review of the Burmester sound system in the amazing CLA45s. Now this sound system seems to be getting a lot of stick online, and to be honest I don't think it's that bad. Now guys, don't get me wrong, it's not going to blow your socks off and there are so many better systems out there, but I don't think it's as bad as people have been saying online. But hey, let's break it down, let's go through all the features and test every inch of this system. The Burmester sound system features 12 loudspeakers with 590 watts of power. First, we have the center speaker on top of the dash. Then on the A pillar, we have a tweeter. A tweeter is a special type of speaker that produces sound and music in the upper frequency range. These complement the main speakers that can't produce high-pitched sounds to create the perfect mix. Then inside each of the front doors is a complementary mid-range speaker. Inside the back doors is another pair of mid-range speakers and also two tweeters. This is to feed those high-frequency sounds into the back of the car and also up to the front behind the driver. Then behind the two back seats are two more large speakers. Then under the boot we have a subwoofer which sits near a power amplifier to tie everything together. So on paper this is looking to be an impressive, well thought out system. One of the things I love about the Burmester sound system is all the customization options. So if we press the home button here and then we go all the way along to media, inside here if you scroll down to this little cog icon at the bottom there and you click it, this takes you to the main Burmester settings. So the first one is the equalizer. So if I go across here, you've got your bass. You can set this all the way up to 10 from 0. I like to have mine around 7. I like a little bit of bass, but I don't like too much. And then you can do the mids, and you can also add treble as well. Next we have balance and fader. This is really cool. You can use the touchscreen here to move this around the car. You can have it in the back, you can have it on any seat you want. Next up is sound focus. Now this is really cool. This is where you can make it focus the most amount of sound. So at the moment we've got the sound focus in the front, so the front passengers are going to hear the best sound, the best quality, but you can move it to the back as well if you want your back passengers to get everything, or you can press all seats here, which makes it so the music goes all the way around the car. But if you're like me and you spend a lot of time either on your own or with your wife with you in the front, you're probably better off putting it on here, turning off all seats, and then putting it focused on the front there so you get that best quality at the front of the car. Then the last one here is sound profiles. So here we've got pure and surround. So if we look at pure first, pure is pure sound reproduction without any additional effects, as it says there along the bottom. And then if we go down here to surround, this is intense surround sound, they call it. So this is going to be a bit of special effects or something, I'm not quite sure, but when I put it in this mode, it does sound a lot better. But I'm going to show you guys both these modes and we're going to test them. But it's a nice little additional option here on the Burmester. Now we've put some music on, we're going to go back into the settings and we're going to see what happens when we tweak some of those levels and stuff. Let's see what happens if we move the seat position. So I'm sat here in the front seat and my microphone is on me, so you'll be hearing as I hear. So if I just turn this down again, so as I'm moving it around there, I can definitely hear a difference when I move it to the back, to the front. It just sounds a lot more beefier in the front. I think more sound is coming through the speakers in the front than the back. Balances out all quite nicely actually. I'm not expecting you guys to hear it on the video, but you may be able to, so I thought I'd give that a go. But from my own personal opinion, really changes a lot. And when you put it into all seats, it's just a bit more balanced. Tell you what though guys, listen to this. don't know if that's coming out on the video, but it sounds really, really good. I mean, we've got quite a bit of bass in this song. We'll be doing more of a full sound test with different music later in the video, but I'm only that far in the volume, and yeah, we're going to do a volume test later, but I don't think I'm going to go full up because it is really loud really quickly. Right, now I want to show you guys the pure and the surround mode. So we've got a different song here, so we're going to play this song. Now we're going to go back into the settings, go to sound profiles. So at the moment we're in surround sound. I'm going to flip between the two, so I'm going to put the volume up so you can hear. First we'll start off with pure. Right, well, I'm not sure if that's coming through in the video or not. Hopefully it is, but if it does, you'll know that surround sounds so much better than pure. When you flip between the two, so when I go back into pure, it feels quite flat, but as soon as I put surround on, it just feels so much nicer. It just feels like everything's a bit more beefier. Hard to describe really. Hopefully it comes through on the video, but if you've got this system, make sure you go into the settings and put it on surround. That is a brilliant feature. Right, now it's time to give this system a proper test. Now, I'm not a professional sound or audio guy, so I'm going to try my best to give you my own views of how this sounds. Think of it as more of an average consumer rather than a professional critique, which I think is better because most people interested in this system are going to be the average consumer. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a range of different music here in the car. I'm going to close the doors, I'm going to get a microphone set up on me here in the driver's seat so you get that full experience of the driver's sound. We're going to listen together, and then at the end I'm going to give you my own views on how I think this system sounds. Okay guys, so listening to those clips, I just wanted to give you my own personal opinion on how that felt here sitting in the cabin. You know, microphones can only do so much. You can't beat the true experience of sitting here, having all these speakers around you. So overall, I thought it sounded great. I mean, I've had this car now for almost a year. Can you believe that? People have been following me since I picked it up. And I've always really enjoyed the sound system. And when I got the car, my expectations were so low because I'd read all these bad things online about it. You know, it's too quiet, the bass is rubbish and all that. And when I first got it and I turned it on and I started listening, I was like, whoa, this is so much better than I thought it was going to be. Now, I'm not a huge audio guy, but I do appreciate a good set of speakers, and I have some really nice headphones that I use to edit with. So I'm conditioned to listen to all these great sounds, you know, the high basses and all that good stuff. So really, I think the bass sounds great in here. Everything's crisp, you know, it doesn't go distorted when you turn the volume up. You know, obviously it's not going to blow your socks off, and I will say, yeah, there are better systems out there, but I think this system is worth it. You know, I think it's much better than the bass system in the CLA, and you know, it definitely goes loud enough. I mean, we're doing a sound test, which you'll see in this video, so you'll see how loud this thing goes, but we're also going to be doing a vibration test, because one of the things I don't like about this sound system is it does vibrate a lot in the cabin, and you'll see exactly what I mean later in this video. Okay, now we're going to do a sound volume test. So I'm going to take this up to the max volume for the first time because I don't know how it's going to come across on the video. The audio might just all get distorted, but this system goes so loud that I've never actually gone to full volume. It's a bit worrying, but hey, let's do it.
Come and sit with me or take a walk with me. I need to speak to you, just wanna be with you. Just let me take you for a ride. Is there a chance that we could make another try? I think we're meant to be. Didn't wanna say goodbye. If there's a chance, just tell me how. Cause time is precious, time is now. Don't wanna take it slow, just wanna let you know. Ready to spend some time.
Okay, so this gets incredibly loud. I don't know how that's going to come through on the camera. It may all be really distorted. Apologies if it does, but I just want to confirm here, sitting in the car, if you take this system to full volume, it is definitely loud, and it does vibrate quite a bit in the car. We're going to cover that with a vibration test later in this video, but yeah, volume is not a problem on this system. Okay guys, I've now got the camera in my hand because I'm going to take you outside so we can hear what this system sounds like outside the car. So let's play this track, let's put the volume on max and jump outside. Okay, so we're outside now. We're not too far away from the car, but with the windows up, you can still hear it really, really clearly. So if we go further back now, okay, so now we're even further back and you can still hear it. Remember, we've got the windows up here, so if you had the windows down, this would be crazy loud. You could probably use the car to play music at a big outdoor party, but yeah, very, very impressive, very loud. Now, one issue you may have with a sound system like this in the car is because of all the bass and the subwoofers, if they're not high quality enough, or if the car itself is not high quality enough, it's going to cause lots of shakes and jitters in the car. So you can listen to loud music, but you'll hear things moving around, the steering wheel will shake. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pop my keys here, my nice jingly keys. I'm going to pop them in different spots in the interior, and we're going to put the volume up on full whack with a really bassy song, and we're going to see if the keys can stay in place. So what do I think of the Burmester sound system in real driving scenarios? Had the car now for almost a year, so I've had a good amount of time to really get used to the system, and yeah, so far I think it's been really good. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, there's quite a few people online that have been complaining about this system, saying it's not loud enough, the bass isn't very good, and I think I know why. I think it might be to do with the Bluetooth in MBUX. Now, I'm really not sure why, but for some reason the Bluetooth in this car just is not that great. I mean, it's great half the time, but sometimes you'll be streaming a song via Bluetooth, and if you're using something like Spotify, it will just be much quieter than if you were to plug it in with USB, and I'm really not sure why. So if you're one of the people that have been struggling with this system, you may have just watched my video, and particularly the volume test, and been like, what? Mine sounds nowhere near as loud as that. And well, I think it's because you're using Bluetooth, and yeah, for some reason the Bluetooth is just not very good in this car. So yeah, on the whole, I actually really like this system, and that may surprise quite a few people and be quite an unpopular opinion, because, you know, a lot of people have said this system's really bad online, and yes, there is definitely better systems out there, but you know, just listen to the sound tests I did. Grab a high quality pair of headphones and listen to those tests, and you'll really appreciate actually this system does produce some really good sound, and the bass is solid, the volume goes really high. I mean, we even did the outdoor test with all the windows closed and it was still loud. So I personally wouldn't want a system louder than this. But overall, yeah, I've been really pleased with it. So one of the things I'm not a huge fan of with this system is it does vibrate a lot when you're listening to music quite loud, particularly bassy songs. Now, we did the vibration test earlier, and to be honest with you, I was actually quite surprised on how well it did in that test. I expected the keys to be jingling everywhere, because giving you guys my honest opinion as an owner. You know, I've had this car for almost a year now. I have always found the system to be quite vibration heavy. You know, if you're listening to music quite loud and it's a bassy song, you are going to feel the car shaking a bit. I mean, the doors obviously were an epic fail on the vibration test, but I expected the keys to move on the steering wheel a little bit, because you do really feel the car shaking quite a bit when you're listening to music quite loud. I don't know, if you go back now, I mean, I'll put it on the screen here, but when we were doing the volume test, when we put it up to 100% volume, you can see some little jitters on the camera. Now, I had the camera mounted in the back seat on a tripod, and what happened was when we went to 100% volume, the whole car was shaking, and you can actually see that shake on the camera. So yeah, it does vibrate quite a bit. It's not too bad, you know, there's definitely worse, but it's definitely something to consider, and it will annoy you a little bit. For me personally, I don't put anything in the doors. If you put anything in these door pockets and you listen to a relatively loud bassy song, you're gonna hear it vibrating and it's gonna drive you mad. So as long as you put nothing in these door pockets, it's fine. So guys, there we have it. That is my full in-depth review of the Burmester sound system in the 2022 CLA. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, because it always helps the channel out. I really wanted to do a full in-depth video on this sound system because there's so many people online complaining about it, and there's not really any full coverage testing exactly how it all works. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if anyone was thinking about getting this system, hopefully this will be really helpful. And also too, for people that already own this system, to really get the maximum out of it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.